So I'm thinking queen f2 is mate, so we have to play this and then go queen f2. In this position, I'm thinking knight takes e2. I don't see why that does anything. So we can try bishop c2 actually, because the rook and the queen are in the same diagonal and it's defended by the knight. And yeah, we'll pick up the rook. The next move is, so I'm thinking queen c4, but then king h8 or king g8, and I don't really see what to do. So okay, so queen c4, the king moves, and then we take the bishop for free. So yeah, I'm thinking bishop takes e7, and then we can take the knight. So is there a trick? There's no trick. Okay, so take and take. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe rook takes h2, and then queen next, and that should be it. So yeah, I'm thinking g5, and the bishop is trapped. Here we can probably play rook g7, king g7, rook h7, king h7, and then queen f7. In this position, we take the rook first, remove the defender, and then we take the knight. This one is rook c4, we trade, and the a pawn should probably win the game. In this position, we can play rook h2, sack the rook, and then queen h4. This is take with a pawn on g5, and that opens up the attack of the rook. So it's, and then we can pick up the knight like this. This position, queen f2 is the first thing I'm thinking about, and then queen f2. Oh, okay. So then when the king goes to h1, we can play d4 and open up the bishop. So queen h2, d4, and we just take everything on the road. So this is rook takes d6, and then we pick up the bishop, so that's 2 pieces for the rook. In this position, it's rook a6, check, and when the king moves, we go rook c6, blocking the rook from the attack of the pawn. Oh, sorry, rook c6, and so we can trade rooks this way. This is, first thing I'm thinking is e3, so open up the attack of this bishop on. Oh, but okay, sorry, I should have. Okay, so this is queen f7. This is classic. So queen f7, rook f7, and then we play rook d8, and when the rook goes back, we can take. In this position, I'm thinking queen h4, king g8, nothing happens. Okay, let's see, knight g5, king g8, queen f7, and that will be mate. But if king h is back, king h6 back, then we can probably try, I don't know, I'm just gonna go for knight g5. So I didn't see what to do with king h6 back, and this is the position we got. So this is queen f5 and pick up the bishop. This is pick up the queen by taking on that square, and this position we can play knight f3 double check, and if king d1, then we take the queen. This is oh, knight c3 is a fork. So we go queen h7, king f7, and then bishop g6, and then we take and take. So bishop h3 is a move, but why can't we just take f6? Bishop h6 is a move, sorry. But yeah, we can just take f6. And now you can see that the bishop is hanging, so we trade and take the bishop. In this position, queen f2 seems... so we take the rook first, and then we play queen f2. Okay, so here we have knight d4 attacking this rook. And actually the plan is to go knight e2 next and pick up the other rook. In this position we can play knight b5, save our knight, and then we take the bishop. No. Okay, so it's probably just taking the bishop. No. Okay, so it's knight f3 then. And then take the bishop. In this position we go bishop f3, distract the king from the queen, and we take the queen. So here we can just trade pieces. There's bishop b5, and then blocks, and then we can win the rook this way. Rook f6, no, king g7, queen g7 is the move, and we can trade it this way.